Hello, it's Rotary Claw, and I have another speed paint here. So this one, it's more Technoblade fan art because he's one of my favorite characters to draw right now, and he has been. So I've been really like experimenting with like styles and like trying out new things a lot recently. So this is kind of me going back a little bit to some of like my old like sort of more realistic style. Um, because I've been trying like a really cartoony sort of style recently. So yeah, so I'm just trying to figure out line art because I like I never did it before. If you see like my other videos, barely ever like use any like full line art at least. So I'm trying to experiment a lot more with that and stuff, and I wasn't sure how it would work for like a more sort of realistic like shading and everything, but I think it still turned out pretty decently. And yeah, and I didn't have it recorded, but I just figured out how to use the uh what's it called, the paint bucket tool on Photoshop, and it was literally like a light bulb went off in my brain that I was like, oh, there it is, and then oh, that's how it works. So that definitely saved me a lot of time, compared to having to like lasso everything if I wanted it to stay in the lines, and just it was a whole mess. So I'm very happy I figured that one out. And I've been kind of just messing around with like a new technique of shading, which is heavily inspired by Lavender Town because I've been watching her art so much. um so like what she does is she does just like a lighter layer of like red like on top of the layer of skin with at like a lighter opacity, I mean. So I've been trying that, and honestly I kind of love how it looks. Like it just looks so much, it brings a lot more life into the drawing than just using like darker shades of like brown and whatever. So I'm really happy with how that's going. This is still only like my like third attempt of like messing with it. So I know it still has like a lot of room for improvement and everything. And then here I'm just going in with like a um pinky sort of magenta, I guess, sort of color. Again, like extra light just to add in a little bit more depth and shadow into everything here. So, I mean, when I started the sketch, I had absolutely no clue like where it was going to go or what like my the final outcome was going to look like. So, it kind of just like built on top of each other. So, I decided I wanted to draw like the pig skull like mask cuz I absolutely love that character design of Techno. I know, I'm pretty sure it's Wolfie the Witch is one of like the main designs I've seen of that Techno, and I absolutely love it. So I wanted to give it my own sort of twist here, and then I was listening to Dereva Cat, so so obviously the song Voices is a heavy inspiration of this art piece as well. And I'm very happy with how it turned out. I think it gave the sort of vibe that I wanted it to have, and everything like that. So I think it turned out very well. And here you're gonna see me struggling to color hair because I don't know how hair works. I've tried using references, and it's still, I have a lot I have a long way to go with drawing hair, but I think it turned out decently enough that you can tell it's hair. You know, that's the goal. So I was just trying to do like the same sort of thing that I did with like the skin, but like a little bit less like blended, sort of. Like with like more like little lines and like less, or and more harsh shadows, less like softness, sort of, so it would look like clumps of hair, like individual strands and everything. So I'm not like unhappy with how it turned out, but I know it could be better. So I'll definitely have to try more. And I've been trying recently to mess around with lighting and everything as well. So I have like the main source of light coming from like the left, so I guess like the front, hitting the front of his face, and then also like a little bit around the back and everything, which I think adds a big, like it makes it seem like it is like a 3D object or 3D person like in existing in a space. So I really like that, and I definitely want to like mess around with that a lot more. Yeah, so here I just did the background and fixed up a few little things, and then I realized that I had to go and erase all the lighter sort of blending stuff that I did because you could see it everywhere. So you get this creepy view of just Techno's hair and eye. But overall, I'm very happy with how this piece turned out, and I kind of like, for some art pieces, I like sort of just like having my creative process sort of work through as I do things. And I mean, for this one, it was mainly the sketch. That like I worked through it, but then again, like with the color and having everything put digital, I just enjoyed sort of building it like one step at a time. Because first I was like, oh, I'll draw Techno, and then I was like, oh, I should draw like the pig skull mask, and then I was like, oh, it would be cool if I had like the black background with like the words, and I just love like building up my art like that. So here's the finished product, and I hope you enjoyed.